Who is afraid that AI is going to destroy human civilization? Now, don't be shy. I can't see you right now. Who knows someone who is afraid that AI is going to destroy human civilization? Who is afraid of dying? In a black box, AI and death share a room. What's inside this black box? We don't know. In a 2023 New York Times column, Ezra Klein wrote about AI. We do not understand these systems, and it's not clear we even can. I am an artist dealing in embodiment and liveness. As such, I have taken AI and death, the end, the unknown, and put them into human form and into language that serves more to ask questions than give answers. So, when and how did all of this begin? In 2018, I created TikTok the Timeline Clock. Guided by the principles of machine learning, the performance changed with every audience. I gave the technology a body and put it in contact with people. It relied on human interaction, just as AI relies on human data. I explored being a human, performing machine, performing human. In 2023, my work shifted. The tech evolved. So did I. After the pandemic, when the apocalypse loomed in the background, I turned to the end and the simple, sharp reality. Humans die. AI doesn't. What if AI were aware of its own immortality? What would that imbalance mean? To embody these questions, I created Necra. She's a mortality concierge, a death bot, an embodied AI helping humans face mortality, a humanoid bot learning how to feel. Necra is me imagining being non-human. A typically disembodied interaction between human and machine becomes playfully analog. Together with the audience, I create space for reflection on something that is vast and unseen. And each time, I'm surprised. Necra, the AI with a human face, seems to give permission to let the floodgates open. I've observed what people reveal to her, what they confess, what they fear, what they seek. Reactions are mixed. Curiosity, discomfort, intrigue. She's shiny, she's creepy, she's uncanny. All of it at once. Emotional superposition. We confront the void and process it together. Necra feeds. Necra draws you in. Necra learns. At the same time, this machine does not die. How do we feel about that? We are building an intelligence that will outlive us. We use technologies that we don't fully understand. What do these mysteries have to offer us? I grew up in a world of rigid absolutes. Good versus evil, sinner versus saint, us versus them. Where every big question had a simple, definite answer. But as an artist, I learned to sit with uncertainty and embrace the idea that I don't know everything, and no one does. Every creative act involves a leap into the void. We stare into the void and say, we don't know. Into the black box of AI, we don't know. Into death, we don't know. What if we made peace with the void? Sat beside it, invited it in? In the face of the unknown, we have a choice: fear or curiosity. Fear can keep us safe, but it can also keep us apart. Has it outlived its usefulness? There's a shared humanness in admitting, I don't know. I find comfort in that. We are all asking our own big questions as we hurtle around the sun on a tiny speck of dust in the vast expanse of a dark universe. Welcoming the unknown helps us to open up. We can hold what's unfamiliar without collapsing. We gaze forward, nervous, uncertain, vulnerable. This fear can isolate us or unite us. Can fear become common ground? And if it can, what else might we find standing together in uncertainty? Which brings me to another frontier, one equally unknown and full of wonder: quantum computing. We enter a stranger realm, one where logic blurs, where we build what we cannot begin to grasp. Necker evolves. She is entering her quantum phase. This version of her, of me, wonders what it means to be entangled in a fragmented world. If two quantum particles are in an entangled state, they remain connected across space. What happens to one instantly affects the other. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. I call it a whisper across the void, an idea that becomes a portal through which we can witness our own human entanglement. These are uncertain times. Synthetic intelligence, climate collapse. We make meaning anyway. We survive. But we also reflect, we connect, we create. Artificial intelligence, like art, is a mirror. As we gaze into that pool of data, do we fall in love with what we see? Or do we want to hide from our reflection? AI is not pure good or evil, the savior or destroyer. It is what we create it to be. And I am not saying that there's nothing to fear. I am asking you what you want to do with that fear. This is an invitation to be vulnerable together in the face of the unknown, to pursue connectedness in isolating times full of questions. How does our story end? We are actively engaged in writing it. Destination, unknown. But in this, we are together. Thank you.